Did the Dallas Cowboys try to trade Jaylon Smith on NFL Draft Night? Mike Fisher reporting from Frisco, home of the Cowboys. We have hinted at this for about a month, and now there's kind of a story out there. So let's go ahead and address it here. First of all, I appreciate, if you're a member of Cowboy Nation and you pay attention to what we do here, I appreciate that you'll just have to trust me when we say we had our reasons why we've said it the way we have. You'll either understand it or not understand it, or trust me or don't. But I trust that 30,000 of you trust me. Did the Cowboys try to trade Jaylon Smith? Think back to the way that we wrote it and said it on draft night at cowboyssi.com and here. I'm going to read you the exact wording of what we said that night. Sources insist to me that Dallas examined the idea of a trade-up to the number 6 spot as they sensed that the two coveted cornerbacks were about to become scarce before the Cowboys pick at 10. The Cowboys did get a bit itchy when they realized that cornerbacks J.C. Horn and Patrick Surtain were about to go off the board before Dallas' spot at 10. Okay? Then I make note of the conversation that I had on the record and on live TV and live radio with Jerry Jones, and him saying, Micah Parsons was the number 1 guy on our board defensively. And I said, you guys say that every year. And Jerry said, pull $1,000 out of your wallet. Let's walk down the hall and I'll bet you. Now, why I didn't pull out $1,000, I'll never know. And Jerry and Steven and others insisted to me that it was true, that Micah Parsons was the number 1 defensive player on their board. And yet, as I wrote and told you that night, I think I can prove, without the $1,000, that in the scramble to get the cogs turning, this is how we wrote it exactly. In the scramble to get the cogs turning in the right direction, the name of a Cowboys veteran or two may have come up in trade-minded conversation with Miami, which owned pick number 6. All right? The Cowboys veteran name that I was allowed by a source to hint at, but not reveal, is Jaylon Smith. That name now is out there, and a version of this story is out there. Now, I don't know that the version is completely accurate. If the idea is that the Cowboys were out there peddling Jaylon Smith to all takers, that's not true. I know for a fact that that's not true. We now have teams that we've asked saying, did you guys have a conversation with Cowboys about trading for a veteran? And some guys are saying, no, we nothing even came up. And some guys are saying, well, that name never came up. That's why we're very careful that night, and I'm very careful now to talk about Dolphins-related conversations. The Dolphins did tell us that they got phone calls about number 6. And I believe they from top 10 teams. Well, that narrows it down a bit, right? That means either 7, 8, 9, or 10. So the Cowboys would have been one of the 4 candidates to call. I know that the Cowboys had a conversation about the Dolphins at number 6. I don't know how deep the conversation went in terms of how it extended to a phone call with Miami. I wouldn't bet my $1,000 on that. This story is now floating out there on the internet. A source still denies to me that it ever got serious. And this is where semantics can come into play. So I'm going to leave it at this. Jaylon Smith's name came up in the Dallas war room, at the very least. So we were right about the Cowboy Veteran Report. I hope you understand why we did it the way we did it at the time, and now why we have the freedom to say the name. I don't want to create some Jaylon Smith circus around here. The jersey number 9 thing does that enough for himself, even though he's got perfectly understandable, for me, reasons why number 9 means something to him. And you have perfectly understandable reasons why number 9, if you're a Tony Romo fan, means something to you. But there's enough of that circus going around. There's enough of the Micah Parsons and who's going to play where and Keanu Neal. We'll get to that too here in the coming hours. But We were right about the Cowboy Veteran Report. We were right that it was Jaylon Smith. I believe that you're going to find with time that more and more people start coming out and reporting that top-rated defender Micah Parsons might have been more like in a tie with Surtain and Horn, and that the Cowboys, as much as they liked and like Micah, were thinking about 6 for a cornerback, not 6 for Micah. All those are things that we said on that night. All those things, I believe, you'll find with time will come true. What we will never know, had Jaylon Smith been traded to the Dolphins, would they have given him his beloved number 9? In Frisco, Fish out.